welcome into Augie Schmidt Field in Kenosha. This afternoon, a big doubleheader in the CCIW as the top two teams in the conference, the Carthage Redmen, battle the North Central Cardinals. Good afternoon, everyone. John Weiser with you as we get set for a doubleheader today, a showdown, if you will, a big three-game series between the top two teams in the conference. Carthage and North Central tied atop the CCIW with 10-1 records. A doubleheader today here in Kenosha, a single game tomorrow down in Naperville. So this is the midseason showdown here with a couple other big ball games down the road for this Redmen team. Both teams coming in victorious in their last outing. The Redmen had to come from behind on Thursday as they wrapped up their three-game set with the Carroll University Pioneers, knocking off Carroll in that ball game in late fashion by a score of 6-5. Carthage having to plate runs in the ninth inning. They were trailing by 3 entering their final at bat on Thursday, and Ryan Kramer and Phelps got things going as they got back-to-back hits to put the tying run on. Nick Pierce fisted a single through the right side of the infield to score 2 and represented the winning run. Vince Schwartz singled up the middle to move Pierce into scoring position, and Ryan Dalton ended the ball game with the 5th straight hit by the Redmen in that 9th inning, driving a double to the left center field wall for the 6-5 victory over Carroll. Chris Pedrak picked up the victory in relief for the Redmen, is pitching a scoreless 9th inning to go to 2-0 on the season. Meanwhile, North Central coming in, having defeated Wheaton on April 19th, 14-2. A red-hot ball club as red-hot as the Redmen, winning 12 of their last 13 ball games. The Redmen coming in having won 6 straight and 12 of their last 13. On the hill today will be Charlie Clem for North Central, and it'll be right-hander Kevin Tiber, leading pitcher in the CCIW for the Redmen, throwing for Carthage today. Let's give you the batting orders here. First for the North Central Cardinals, 15-7 overall, 10-1 in the CCIW. It'll be Jeremy Quaid leading off, and Quaid, I should say, leading off and playing center field. Eric Outlaw batting second and playing second base. Michael Matea, the leading hitter in the CCIW, just under 500 on the season. He will bat third and play third base. Mike Weiss will play right field and hit cleanup. John Carmody will play first base and bat fifth. Colin Weilbacher will play right field and hit sixth. Batting seventh will be Rob Marinick. Marinick, the catcher today for the Cardinals. Joe Rizzo will be the designated hitter and bat eighth. And Matt Sutherland will play shortstop and hit ninth for the Cardinals. Batting order for the Carthage Redmen, it'll be Colton Klein leading off and playing right field. Ryan Kramer will bat second and play second base. Cody Phelps will hit third and play third base. Nick Pierce batting cleanup and catching today. Vince Schwartz at first base and will hit fifth. Ryan Dalton will bat sixth and play left field. Hitting seventh will be the designated hitter, Joe Sisk. Batting eighth, Miles Farley the shortstop. And hitting ninth in the Redmen order today will be Jake Marchuk in center field.
Right fielder number 11, Colin Wilbacher. Batting seventh, the catcher number 39, Rob Marinick. Batting eighth, designated hitter number 17, Joe Rizzo. Batting ninth, the shortstop number 7.
Redmen getting set to take the field here in game one of our doubleheader. A little bit later, a 12:15 start today. The Cardinals bus on the way to Kenosha had a mechanical issue, and so they were delayed getting here to Kenosha. And as I said, this is a very important series for both schools. Carthage trying to set the tone here, throwing their ace here in game one, Kevin Tiber, and Charlie Clem going on the hill for the North Central Cardinals. Following this ball game, as I said, this doubleheader today, the Redmen will go down to Naperville tomorrow for a 1 o'clock single game. Then Carthage will have a doubleheader at Elmhurst, followed by a weekend trip next weekend down to Decatur, a 3-game series with the Milliken Big Blue before returning home for a single game May 1st against North Park, and then a 3-game series here in Kenosha on May 4th and 5th against Illinois Wesleyan. Right now, let's enjoy our national anthem. Good crowd on hand here this afternoon. Temperature 47 degrees here at first pitch game time. Overcast skies, a very light wind out of the east here today, helping hitters down the left field side here today. So blowing straight out toward left field, what little breeze there is here this afternoon at Augie Schmidt Field. Redmond taking the field here. Let's set the Redmond defensively. Ryan Dalton in left. Jake Marchuk in center. Colton Klein in right. Cody Phelps will play third. Miles Farley over at short. Ryan Kramer at second. And Vince Schwartz over at first. The catcher, Nick Pierce. And on the hill for the Redmen is Kenosha right-hander Kevin Tiber out of Bradford High School here in town, a 6-foot, 185-pounder. He is off to a 6-0 start here, leading one of the leading pitchers in the conference, a 2.19 earned run average. He has thrown 49 in the third innings. He has given up 46 hits, 16 runs, 12 of them earned, walked only 6 while striking out 32. His last outing was against Wheaton College back on the 13th of April. That was a 7-inning, 10-hit performance where he gave up 4 runs and struck out 6 and did not walk a batter. Matter of fact, in his last 3 starts now, going back to the 28th of March, Tiber has not walked a batter. So that has played in his favor here today. Coming off that 9-inning, 11-hit, 1-run ball game in that doubleheader against Augustana a few weeks ago in the cold here, so he should be well prepared for these high 40 temperatures here today. Jeremy Quaid stepping in to get things off here for the Cardinals. 313 hitter. No home runs, 16 driven in for Quaid. And the first offering by Tiber is in there for a strike, and we are underway in game 1 of our doubleheader. Phil Papillo behind the plate. Jeff Woodliff on the bases today. Our arbiters in black. Off the corner for a ball. 1-1 the count to Quaid. Fastball in there now. Tiber ahead, 1-2. Quaid, a junior out of Lockport, Illinois. 1-2 pitch, just missed the corner. Thought he had him. 2-2. Infield back at short and second here for Quaid, and the 2-2 pitch is tapped. It'll go foul just short of the third base bag. 2-2 to the leadoff man, Jeremy Quaid. Eric Outlaw and Michael Matea due up next. That duo, a very strong duo indeed. Matea leading the conference in hitting. So Tiber going to be tested here in the front half of this lineup here in the early going. 2-2 pitch grounded right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Single up the box for Quaid. That gets the Cardinals going here in the top half of the first inning. They'll bring up Eric Outlaw, the second baseman.
The second baseman, Eric Outlaw.
Outlaw, a .405 hitter, no home runs, 16 driven in. Quaid a threat to go. He's 7 for 11 in the stolen base category. And the first offering off speed in the inside corner, strike one. Coming off a 2 for 3 outing is Outlaw against Wheaton on the 19th. Quaid takes his lead at first, not going. The pitch driven hard down the left field line, and it's hooking fair. It'll just hug the line into the corner. Rounding second and heading into third is Quaid, and it's a double for Outlaw, and the Cardinals have something going here, second and third with nobody out. Hung a pitch inside that Outlaw was able to get around on, and it just stayed fair down in the left field corner. So the first two have reached here for North Central. Michael Matea, the conference's leading hitter, stepping to the plate. Matea .494 on the season, 2 home runs, 27 driven in. Tiber in an early jam, and he starts off with a strike. Matea out of Bourbonnais. Swing and a miss. Pulled a string on a little off speed there. Tiber out in front now, 0-2. Second and third with nobody out here in the top half of the first inning. Quaid with a single up the box, and Outlaw with a double to open up this ball game for the Cardinals. The 0-2 pitch, fouled right side. And no question both these teams will hit here today. North Central team batting average of .339, Carthage at .320. Top 2 hitting teams in the league. Might be in for one of those 12-11 games here. Drifts one out to right. Klein will make the play, tagging at third and coming in. Now they got the runner caught between second and third, and they will tag Outlaw out as he got stranded off second base. He started to stray off second base, thought that throw was going to come all the way in, and it turns into a double play. So the runner from third, Quaid, scores. Give RBI to Matea.
Left fielder, Mike Wiz.
And Outlaw thrown out trying to get from second to third. 2 gone, a run in, and the first strike to Mike Weiss. Right fielder, another good hitting player, .396 on the season. Off the plate, 1-1. Wiss with 4 home runs, 36 driven in on the year. Grounded sharply to third, knocked down by Phelps, picked up by Farley. He'll throw across, but no play. That'll go as a base hit. So 3 hits in the inning given up by Tiber. So a runner on first with 2 out, and John Carmody, the first baseman, at the plate. Carmody,
First baseman, John Carmody.
.244 on the season. A home run and 15 driven in. Tiber in front now, 0-1. It's a good sign here early on. Tiber has been ahead in the count here. That's his key. Key to any pitching staff, really. Throw strike one. Get to strike one, and everything else opens up from there. Smash, and it's a fair ball down the right field line, scattering the players in the bullpen. Rounding third and holding is Wiz, and it's a double for Carmody. putting again runners at second and third now with 2 out. That was a hot smash. Schwartz playing on the bag. Got a piece of leather on it, but not enough to haul it in. And they're going to score that one, a 2-base error. So it's second and third, 2 out, and the first offering to Weilbacher is outside for ball 1. .293 hitter. Cardinals with a run in already. They had second and third and nobody out. Comes back with a nice hook, strike 1. 1-1 the count here. Wiss takes his lead at third. Carmody off at second. Pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. See if Tiber can put him away here and get out of this with just 1 run. The 1-2 pitch just missed. Gonna get some hackles out of that Carthage bench. Looked pretty good. Good pitch by Tiber. Froze the hitter. Weilbacher with a second chance here. 2-2. Tiber comes back. Swing and a miss. Got him. First strikeout of the game for Tiber, and that will end the inning. But the Cardinals played a run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Carthage trailing here early, 1-0. Again, here's the Redmond batting order this afternoon for Carthage. It'll be Colton Klein leading off and playing right field. Ryan Kramer will bat second and play second base. Cody Phelps will hit third and play third. Cleanup hitter will be the catcher Nick Pierce. Batting fifth will be the first baseman Vince Schwartz. Ryan Dalton will play left and hit sixth today. Joe Sisk will be the designated hitter and bat seventh. Miles Farley at shortstop hitting eighth. And batting ninth, the center fielder Jake Marchuk. Defensively for the Cardinals, they will have Wiz out in left field. Quaid in center, Weilbacher in right. Matea over at third, Sutherland at short. Outlaw playing second, and Carmody over at first. Marinek the catcher, and on the hill for the Cardinals in game 1 will be Charlie Clem. Clem, a freshman out of Darien, Hinsdale South graduate, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Clem coming into the ball game with a record of 3-1. This is his 5th start and 6th appearance of the year. As I mentioned, a 3-1 record with a 4.56 earned run average, 25 2/3 innings, giving up 28 hits, 13 earned runs, 10 walks, and 23 strikeouts. Cardinals with a run in the top half of the first. Now the Redmen stepping in, it'll be Colton Klein. Fine looking freshman right fielder. Klein 339 on the year. 2 home runs and 20 driven in. And Clem's first pitch driven to short. Up with it is Sutherland across the diamond, 1 gone. First pitch swinging Colton Klein for the Redmen is retired. That'll bring up Ryan Kramer, the second baseman. Kramer, a .310 hitter. 2 home runs, 18 driven in for Kramer. Clem misses outside, ball one. Smash into right, that'll get down for a base hit. Kramer with a single to right.
Now batting the third baseman, Cody Phelps.
It's Cody Phelps, the third baseman. Phelps, a .360 hitter. 2 home runs, 23 driven in. Charlie Clem, last outing was against Carroll on April 7th. As that one smashed foul right side. Went 5 2/3. Allowed 5 runs, all earned on 4 hits. Walked 4, but struck out a season high 7 in that contest back on April the 7th. Kramer with the lead at first. Off-speed pitch missing outside. 2-1 the count to Cody Phelps. There goes the runner. The pitch swung on and driven into right. Back to the warning track is the right fielder Weilbacher. Got to get back here quickly, and it's going to be a double play. Ryan Kramer was off with the pitch, continued all the way into second, actually slid into second base when he realized it was a fly ball out to right. By the time he got back up and got back to first, it was an easy 9-3 double play. So the Redmen go down in order here after the single by Kramer. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go to the second inning, Carthage trailing 1-0. Redmen trail 1-0 here in the top half of inning number 2. Kevin Tiber. A little rough start to the ball game, gave up 2 straight hits. Had runners at second and third with nobody out. But a sac fly by Michael Matea drove in the run. Eric Outlaw was caught between second and third for the second out of the inning. Single by Wiz and an error by first baseman Schwartz. Put runners at second and third once again, but Tiber was able to get out of it with the strikeout by Weilbacher to end the inning. This will be Rob Marinek, the freshman catcher for the Cardinals, to lead things off. Marinek, a .347 hitter, making his 19th start of the year. Tiber, weak grounder back to Tiber on the mound. Throw over, 1 gone. Brings up Joe Rizzo, the designated hitter. Rizzo, a .447 hitter, just his 13th game of the season. 1 home run, 11 driven in. Base is empty with 1 out here in the top of the second. On the corner. High and tight. 1-1 the count here to Rizzo out of Huntley, Illinois. Got into some action late in mid-March as he swings through that one. Got an at-bat here against Marietta to open up the season middle of March. Got a couple of hits. Scored a couple of runs in the victory over Wheaton the other day and takes that one low and away. 2-2 the count. Rizzo takes inside for ball 3. First full count of the afternoon here by Tiber. Tiber coming in, only 6 walks on the year. Very efficient. Grounded to third. Phelps up with it. 2 gone. Number 9 hitter, Matt Sutherland. Sutherland, a shortstop, 340 hitter. No home runs, 7 driven in. Prepped at Cary Grove High School. Takes that one low for a ball. One for 3 in the win over Wheaton on the 19th. He too scored a couple of runs. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Cardinals just as red hot as the Redmen, winning 12 of their last 13. Ball missed inside, 2-1. Winners of their last 3. Doing a 14-2 blasting of Wheaton. That one's popped out into right center. Drifting over as the center fielder, Marchuk, makes the play. 3 up and 3 down go the Cardinals here in the top half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Bottom of inning number 2 coming up. Redmond trail 1-0. Bottom half of inning number 2 for the Redmen. It'll be Pierce, Schwartz, and Dalton. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up here against right-hander Charlie Clem. Cardinals with a run in the first inning. Take the 1-0 lead here early. Game 1 of this doubleheader here this afternoon. First pitch to Pierce. Starts him off with a breaking ball in the outer half. 0-1. Pierce having a good year. 356. 2 home runs, 30 driven in. Leads the team in that category. Lifts a fly ball into right. Weilbacher and played perfectly. Just had to drift a little bit to his left to make the play. 1 gone here in the second.
Now batting the first baseman, Vince Schwartz.
First baseman Vince Schwartz stepping in. Schwartz among the league leaders in hitting as well, coming into the game today. 414 hitter. That one's fouled in the netting right side. Schwartz with a 1 home run and 25 driven in. Curveball smashed to third, behind the third base bag, gets past the third baseman, Matea. Schwartz going to round first, going to head into second, standing up. And he missed first base. They threw it back to first. They said Schwartz never touched first base as he rounded the bag. So let it go as a base hit. (7-1-3) is the put out. Take away the hit. Schwartz missing first base. So that's 2 gone here in the second. Pitch high and tight to Ryan Dalton. 2 base running mistakes here by the Redmen this afternoon. You had Phelps, or I should say Kramer, caught on a hit and run on a fly ball to right. Tagged out getting back to first base. And now Schwartz overrunning first base. Never touched the bag as he rounded first. Costing the Redmen a runner in scoring position here. So 2 gone, a 2-1 count. 3-1 to Ryan Dalton, the left fielder. 343 on the year, 6 home runs, leads the team in that category. 29 driven in. To the shortstop, Sutherland. High across, but got him anyways. Now it's a 3-up, 3-down inning once again for Charlie Clem as the Redmen go in order here in the second. Head to the third inning, Carthage trailing by a score of 1-0. Kevin Tiber working into the third inning here. Once again, the top of the order here for the Cardinals. Run on 3 hits by the Cardinals. All coming in the first inning. Could have been a lot worse. They had runners at second and third twice in that inning, but only came away with 1 run. Quaid, Outlaw, and Matea. Quaid opened up the ball game with a sharp single up the box. Square round, pulls it back and takes a strike. Went to third on the double by Eric Outlaw and scored on the Matea fly ball, but subsequently was turned into a double play. 1-hop smash to second, and Kramer with the put out. 1 gone here in the third. Brings up Eric Outlaw. He followed that to Quaid single with a double that just stayed fair down in the left field corner. But then Outlaw was doubled up as Klein hit the cutoff man sharply. They had Outlaw trapped between second and third. Took away a scoring opportunity for the Cardinals in that first inning. Another smash into left, base hit. Outlaw 2 for 2 today. Brings up the third baseman, Matea.
Third baseman, Michael Matea.
The 4th hit of the day by the Cardinals. Matea stepping in. Sac fly and an RBI back in the first inning. Squares around to bunt, takes one on the inside corner. Check of Outlaw at first. This ball missing away, 1-1. Outlaw 4 for 6 in the stolen base category. Gotta honor him over there. Schwartz holding him on at first. Tap foul through the coach's box at third. 1-2 the count here to Michael Matea, the leading hitter in the CCIW. 494 coming into play here today. Jacob Langford of Carroll, second in the league with 459. Outlaw fakes as if he was going. Ground ball back up the middle. Tiber over to Farley and back to first. In time, they turn the double play. Great stretch by Schwartz at first base, not only to save that throw from getting away, but keeping that foot on the bag as Farley makes the turn at second. That'll go 1-6-3, and the Cardinals are gone here in the third inning. Bottom third of the order for the Redmen here in the third inning, trailing 1-0. Sisk, Farley, and Marchuk, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. See if they can get Clem to work here a little bit. Seen too much. Swinging a lot of first pitches here, takes that one for a strike. Sisk, the designated hitter today. 2 for 3 in the win over Carroll on Thursday, and that one's slicing foul into the bullpen and left. Clem now out in front 0-2. Clem's splits here this season. Again, he's hitting .269 against him, and He has walked 10 in 25 innings. So try and look a little bit. That one up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. So the Redmen get the leadoff man on here in the bottom half of the third inning. Brings up the shortstop, Miles Farley.
Now batting the shortstop, Miles Farley.
And a nice job turning that double play over in the top half of this inning. Tiber threw a nice lead to him as he crossed the bag and then able to get that inning-ending double play. 235 hitter, 3 home runs, 17 driven in, takes a strike. Clem will work from the stretch. Sisk takes his lead at first, fouled straight back. Clem out in front now, 0-2. And the Redmen have scheduled Matt Willett to pitch game 2 of our doubleheader today. Freshman Willett at 3-1 is checking the runner over there. Sisk back safely. Sisk yet to attempt a stolen base this year. It's a good lead. Again, Clem with the throw over. The 0-2 pitch, Clem steps off. And Sisk making Clem pay attention here. Takes another good lead. The 0-2 pitch faked as if he was to go, and Farley takes a ball outside. 1-2. Marchuk, the center fielder, then the top of the order here for the Redmen in the third. They trail 1-0. Runner not going. The pitch into the dirt, knocked down by Marinek, and it will not be a play. So Sisk able to get into second. Two and two the count here as Sisk advances on the wild pitch. So runner in scoring position here. Redmen trail 1-0. Klemacek a second. The 2-2 pitch. Pop foul the right side. Sun trying to make its way through here. It's been a kind of a hazy, high overcast day today here in Kenosha. Temperature right around 50 degrees. About 25 degrees warmer than it was the last time we were here. At Augustana doubleheader. Ooh. Farley strikes out swinging. First strikeout for Clem. So 1 out, a runner at second. And Marzouk, the center fielder. 207 hitter. 7th start of the season. Sisk will take his lead at second. Led the inning off with a single and advanced to second on a wild pitch. Clem's offering, missing high. Big ball game here today. These two teams 10-1. Redmen with 23 victories, the most overall in the conference, as Marzouk could not catch up to that high fastball. 1-1 the count. Just the 4th away game of the year for North Central. They're 2-1 away from Naperville. 3-5 at neutral site games. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Clem out in front now, 1-2. Clem a check at second. The pitch popped straight back. Remains 1-2. The number 9 hitter, Jake Marzuk. Again, Sisk with his lead at second. Clem watching him dance around. Now delivers a curveball outside. 2-2. Infield back at all 4 positions here. 1 out, runner at second. That's Sisk. Clem give him the check. Pop foul. Klein, a lot like Tiber, works off of that first base side of the pitching rubber. Time called at home plate. Once again, Sisk will take his lead at second. He led off the inning with a single and advanced to second on a wild pitch. Farley struck out, and now Marzuk here with a 2-2 count. Again, Clem checks the runner at second. Sisk, the pitch, just missed low. 3-2 the count here to Marzuk. As I said, I think you got to take some pitches here, make Clem work a little bit. Three and two the count here to Marzuk. Again, Sisk dancing at second. The pitch down low for ball 4. That was a borderline pitch, but it's called a ball, so runners at first and second. 1 out at the top of the order for the Redmen here in the 3rd inning. Colton Klein grounded out to the shortstop Sutherland on the first pitch of the game in the 1st inning. First baseman Carmody playing off the bag at first here for the left-hand hitting Klein. The pitch high and away for ball 1. Klein has started 26 of the 27 games he's played in this season. That one missing inside. Clem has lost the strike zone here. It's 2-0. Now time called as the catcher Marinek will come out along with the first baseman Carmody. They have a word with his pitcher Clem. Key moment here early for the Redmen. They gave up that first inning run, and they ran out of a couple of chances in the first 2 innings. Kramer off with the pitch on a fly ball by Phelps, was doubled off first. And then Schwartz, it would appear to be an extra base hit, but missed first base on his way to second as that pitch misses outside. 3-0 to Klein. Sisk taking his lead at second. Marzuk off at first. The pitch in there for strike 1. Clem will work from the stretch again. Sisk dances at second. The pitch, swing and a miss. Went over the top of a sinker that time. Klein behind here now, 1-2. Time called again. I'm stepping off. And Sisk with his lead at second. Marchukov at first. And Clem delivers. Just a defensive swing there. Just enough to stay alive. Wasted a pretty good pitch there by Clem. Klein fooled on that one, just got enough. Outfield straightaway here for Klein. A little bit of a gap in left center. Left fielder Wiz is shading him over toward the left field line just a little bit. And the first baseman Carmody playing behind the bag here for the left-hand hitting Klein. Clem's pitch again fouled away. Klein making Clem work here. Klein, a freshman out of McHenry High School. Known around the Lakes area as a pretty darn good ball player. And the pitch popped up and foul. This one will get back and out of play behind home plate. Remains 2-2 to the right fielder Colton Klein. And the inning opened up with a single by Sisk, advanced to second on a wild pitch. Farley struck out, and Marchuk reached on a base on balls. So this is where we're at here. Klein making Clem work here. And Sisk off at second, Marchuk off at first. And the pitch fouled off the catcher. About the 9th pitch here in this at bat. Good battle here between Klein and Clem. Sisk off at second once again. Marchuk leading at first. Clem takes a look. The 3-2 pitch got him on a curveball. Pulled the string. Second strikeout of the inning, second of the game for Clem. So 2 gone, and it's up to Ryan Kramer. Kramer singled back in the first and then was doubled off to end the inning on the fly ball by Cody Phelps. He, on a hit and run, went all the way to second, actually slid into second base, got fooled by the shortstop as to where that never picked up the ball hit by Phelps. And trying to get back to first was doubled off. And the count here 1-0. Sliced, and a nice stab by Carmody at first base. That was a slicing line drive that Carmody climbed the ladder to pull down. That would have scored a run for sure, but it's an out for Kramer to end this 3rd inning. Well, the Redmen had something going but could not capitalize. A single and a walk, a couple of strikeouts. They leave 2. We head to the 4th inning. North Central with a 1-0 lead. Game moving into the 4th inning here. North Central with a run on 4 hits. Redmond no runs, 2 hits, and an error. Big double play by Tiber to get out of that 3rd inning. So we head here to the top half of the 4th. Mike Wiz, the right fielder, to lead things off, followed by John Carmody, who made that nice play at first base to end the inning. Weilbacher, the right fielder, due up here. And the first pitch missing at the knees, ball 1. Wiz singled in the 1st inning. Reached 3rd on the error by Carmody. Carmody trying to smash one past Schwartz. Missed that one. But then Tiber got out of it by striking Weilbacher out to end that 1st inning. Only one run. 1-1 the count. 1-2. And you go back to that first and second inning, running into some outs, if you will. There's a grounder to short to Farley. Tough play, long throw, got him by a step. Right in between Phelps and Farley, and Miles from the hole able to throw out Wiz for the first out here in the fourth inning. Brings up Carmody. Made that nice play on that line drive by Ryan Kramer to end the inning. 2 inches higher, that would have played it at least a run. Carmody takes outside for ball one. Reach done in the air in the first, left stranded at second. At the knees for strike one. 1-1 the count here. The Cardinals come in here with a 3-game winning streak. That one's driven sharply to second. Nice play by Kramer, and the turn gets him. Ryan Kramer going to his right, making a nice play on that smash by Carmody. 2 men gone here in the fourth inning.
Right fielder, Colton Klein.
And with that field turfed infield, that ball gets out there pretty quickly. Kramer made a nice move going down to one knee to make that play out behind second base. 2 out. Weilbacher, the right fielder, in there for strike one. Only strikeout victim of the game. He struck out with second and third to end the first inning. Got just a piece of it at the plate. Falls behind now 0-2. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout victim for Tiber today, and Tiber gets them in order here in the fourth. He's settled down nicely after that first inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom half of inning number 4 coming up. Redmond with the middle of the order due up, trailing 1-0. Cody Phelps to lead things off here for the Redmen in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Let's see if we can get something going here against Charlie Clem. Breaking ball missing high for ball one. Phelps flew out to the right fielder Weilbacher in the first inning, and that led to a double play as Kramer was doubled up trying to get back to first base. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Redmond had run into 2 outs here in the first 2 innings. That double up in the first, and then Vince Schwartz got one past the third baseman Matea, but when he rounded first and headed to second, he failed to touch first base and was ruled out on a 7-1-3 score. That one's lifted to right. Weilbacher going back short of the warning track makes the catch. One gone. Phelps gave it a pretty good ride, but Weilbacher able to track it down short of the warning track in the right field corner. One gone here in the fourth inning.
The catcher, Nick Pierce.
Brings up Nick Pierce, the catcher. He too flew out to right back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. I'm ahead now, 0-1. Redmond throwing their ace in game 1 here, Tiber, and they will have Willett, the freshman, pitching game 2 today. Just missing at the hands that time. Pretty good there on the inside part, 1-1. Trying to drop that one just below the hands. Again, missing inside. Off-speed pitch there, a little curve. 2-1 the count here to catcher Nick Pierce. Pierce, the team leader in RBIs with 30 on the season. Evens the count now at 2-2. Sharply foul into the bullpen area in right field. Clem looking in, now delivers the 2-2 pitch, grounded up the middle off the glove of Clem to the second baseman Outlaw. He will throw to first and get Pierce by a step. Go 1-4-3 as Clem got a piece of it on the way through and deflected to the second baseman Outlaw, who got Pierce by a step. 2 gone here in the 4th.
The first baseman, Vince Schwartz.
Brings up Schwartz, the first baseman. Ruled out in the 2nd inning, missing first base. A sharp hit over the third base side, drives that one hard into right. Weilbacher going back and juggled, and did he make the catch? Yeah, I guess he did. Late signal by the home plate umpires. The base umpire was headed over to second. The home plate umpire had to go out and make the call, and what a play by Weilbacher to handle that one. Hit his glove and then picked it up on the way down before it hit the ground. So the Redmen go in order here in the 4th. They trail by a score of 1-0. Top of the 5th inning now for North Central. The Cardinals lead the Redmen by a score of 1-0. Kevin Tiber has settled down nicely. He's retired the last 10 in order. Needed a double play in the 3rd. 3 up, 3 down in the 2nd and 4th. Giving up that run and 3 hits in that 1st inning. He has settled down nicely here. Kept this Redmond team in the ball game as Rob Marinek, the catcher, will step in. Bottom 3rd of the order here for the Cardinals. Marinek, Rizzo, and Sutherland, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Marinek 0 for 1 today. Grounded back to Tiber in the 2nd. Hits that one into the gap and right. That will get down for at least a single. Marinek rounding first. He's going to try for second. The relay not in time. It's a leadoff double for Rob Marinek, the catcher for the Cardinals. Got a good pitch to hit. It was up inside and able to drive it into the right center field gap. So the Cardinals get the leadoff man into scoring position here in the top half of the 5th. It'll be Rizzo, the designated hitter. Rizzo 0 for 1 today. Grounded sharply to Phelps at 3rd, back in the 2nd inning. Marinek will take his lead. Pitch by Tiber. Inside corner for strike 1. So Tiber in a jam here in the 5th. Nobody out, a runner at 2nd. Grounded to Farley at short. He'll throw across, 1 gone. Big out there. Nice inside fastball, able to jam Rizzo that time. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Matt Sutherland.
The shortstop, Matt Sutherland.
Sutherland 0 for 1 today. Blow out to Marchuk back in the 2nd inning. Marinek will take his lead at 2nd. Scoring around a bunt, drops one down foul. 0-1 the count. Phelps, the third baseman, playing even with the bag. Schwartz behind the bag at first. Farley and Kramer. Medium depth there at short and second, as swinging over the top was Sutherland. He's in the hole now, 0-2. Tiber with a check of the runner at second. The pitch popped him up. Foul territory, front of the dugout, and that will hit the dugout roof and go out of play. Schwartz and Pierce gave it a good look. Pierce sliding into the dugout. So it remains 0-2 to Matt Sutherland. Popped up, left field. Dalton, 2 gone. That's huge now as they go to the top of the order. 2 out and a runner at second. Jeremy Quaid. 1 for 2 today. Grounded out to Kramer at second. Leading off the third. And Singleton scored a run, the only run of the game, back in the first inning. Tiber, that went in low. Nice stop by Pierce. 1-0 the count. Into center. Marchuk right at it, makes the play. So Tiber comes right back. The leadoff double for Knott. No runs on 1 hit. 1 man left. We head into the bottom half of the 5th inning. Carthage trailing by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the 5th here for the Redmen. Ryan Dalton, Joe Sisk, and Miles Farley due up here for the Redmen. North Central leading it by a score of 1-0. Cardinals with 1 run on 4 hits. Redmen no runs on 2 hits and an error. Working, it's Charlie Clem here in game number 1. First pitch swinging, lifts one into center. Quaid drifts in, 1 gone. Brings up the designated hitter, Joe Sisk. Sisk singled in the 3rd inning and advanced to second on the wild pitch. Really the big inning there. Redmond had runners at first and second and 1 out. And Klein struck out, and then Kramer hit that screaming liner that first baseman Carmody was able to stab on a leaping grab. 1-0 the count. Over the top of that one, evens it now at a ball and a strike. Men's lacrosse action going on over at Keller Field. Carthage leading Dubuque 9-1. That one in the 4th. Redmond led 6-1 at the half. Count now 1-2 to Joe Sisk. Just missed outside, 2-2. Fouled at the plate. Just got enough to stay alive as Marinick could not hang on to it. Bama struck out 2. He's walked 1. That one's grounded sharply to Outlaw. 2 gone. Brings up the shortstop, Miles Farley.
Now batting the shortstop, Miles Farley.
Farley 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Takes ball 1. We said Clem today with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Got that one in and over. 1-1 the count. Missed inside. 2-1 the count. Grounded to third. Tough play for Mejia. He'll throw it and not in time. Farley able to beat that one out. So a 2-out single here for Farley on an infield hit. Brings up the number 9 hitter, Marchuk.
The center fielder, Jake Marchuk.
Jake walked in the 3rd inning, left stranded. Bounds that one to short. Up with it is Sutherland. High throw, pulls the first baseman off the bag. That'll go as an error. Advancing to second is Farley. There'll be an error on the shortstop, Sutherland. So now an opportunity. Order turns over now. We get to the top of the order, and Colton Klein stepping in. Klein 0 for 2.
Colton Klein.
Struck out in the 3rd. Grounded to short back in the 1st. Long look by Clem. That one fouled straight back. Look, Klein was right on it. Got a pitch to hit there. 0-1 the count to Colton Klein. Redmond have only stranded 2 here through the first 4, but ran into a couple of outs in the base paths here today. Runners take their lead. Pitch sails outside. Evens the count now at 1-1. Clem checks in for the sign. Check of Farley at second. Swing and a miss by Klein. And now Clem ahead, now 1-2. Now Clem steps off, wants to rework the signs here. Farley with his lead at second, reached on a single, advanced to second on the error by Sutherland with Marchuk on first. 2 out here in the 5th. Again, another defensive swing by Klein to stay alive here, 1-2. Redmond have had some opportunities. They just have not been able to cash them in. A couple of nice defensive plays. Especially Carmody at first in that 3rd inning. Boy, if he doesn't make that play, we're tied at least. Redmond at least get 1 in that inning, but not meant to be. Up the middle, liner caught by Clem. Holy cow. That was in self-defense. That was look out, look what I found. Now the Redmond strand 2 here in the 5th. They come away scoreless. We head to the 6th. 1-0 North Central. Redmond trailing here by a score of 1-0 as we move into the 6th inning. only run in the first. North Central putting runners at second and third with nobody out. Matea, a sac fly RBI, but Outlaw running into a double play there. Second and third twice in that inning, only to plate one. Redmond have had some opportunities, but some good defensive play. Carmody over at first, and Clem in that last inning, snaring that line drive by Klein. It remains a 1-0 ball game. It'll be Outlaw, Matea, and Wiz. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here for the Cardinals. Kevin Tiber has retired 13 of the last 14 men he's faced here as we head into the 6th. Tiber with 2 strikeouts today. And just the 1 earned run. 1-1 the count. Squaring around a bunt. That one off the glove of Pierce. 2-1 the count. Tiber, who likes to work off that first base side of the rubber. Liner to Farley, makes the play. Outlaw hit it hard, but Farley able to move to his left to snare that one. One gone here in the 6th inning.
Third baseman, Michael Matea.
Here's Matea, the third baseman. Grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 3rd. Drove in the only run with that sacrifice fly in the 1st. Starts him off with a curveball in there. Beauty. 0-1 the count. Tiber quickly in front now, 0-2. The leading hitter in the CCIW coming into play today. Matea at .494 on the season. And struck him out. Pierce will have to throw him out at first, and he does. 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Tiber. Brings up Mike Wiz, the right fielder.
Left fielder, Mike Wiz.
Wiz 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the 1st, grounded out to short at Farley, and that's hit sharply to Phelps. Bobbles it, and that'll go as an error. So Wiz reaching on an error by Phelps. 2nd error committed by Augie Schmidt's defense here today.
First baseman.
So 2 out and a runner on. Brings up the first baseman, John Carmody. Carmody reached on an error in the 1st. Grounded out to Kramer sharply in the 4th. That was that nice play by Kramer, moving into the hole and went down to one knee to make the play and throw him out. Tiber in front, 0-1. The pitch. Fouled at the plate once again. Quickly in front now, 0-2. To John Carmody, the first baseman. Redmond Lacrosse leading Dubuque now 9-2. That match in the final 5 minutes across the way over at Keller Field. Tapper foul. Just enough to stay alive, did Carmody. 0-2. In game 1 of a doubleheader. Willett will pitch here in game number 2 for the Redmen. Matt Willett, the freshman right-hander. Nate O'Dahl expected to throw tomorrow in Naperville. Wrap up of this 3-game series. Lifted into center. Marchuk is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, one error, and one man left. Bottom of inning number 6. Carthage trailing here by a score of 1-0. Well, Charlie Clem heads into the bottom of the 6th inning. His defense has bailed him out here, leading by a score of 1-0. It's kept him in this ball game. Redmond, a couple of sharp liners that hit right at some atom balls here with runners in scoring position. Ryan Kramer will lead things off here to start the 6th, followed by Phelps, then Pierce. Slow roller to the 3rd. Matea up with it, one gone. That's the 3rd time today the Redmen have been swinging on the first pitch and making it out.
The third baseman, Cody Phelps.
Klein did that back in the 1st inning leading off the game, and Phelps did the same thing back in the 4th. Phelps stepping in, line sharply foul. Getting out of the way of that one was John LeQuay, the 3rd base coach. Now Phelps behind, 0-2. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. Didn't bother to check. Phelps out on 3 pitches.
The
3rd strikeout for Clem here today. Brings up Nick Pierce, the catcher. Looking for his first hit today. He's 0 for 2. Grounded one up the middle, back in the 4th, deflected off of Clem and was picked up by the second baseman. Outlaw was able to throw Pierce out by a step. Clem shoots the corner and hits it. 0-2. Clem 3-1 on the year with a 4.56 earned run average, as that one slices foul into the Redmond bullpen. 0-2 to catcher Nick Pierce. Pierce leads the team in runs batted in with 30. Dalton has 29. And Schwartz with 25, as that one will get in there for a base hit. 2-out knock for Pierce. That'll bring up Schwartz, the first baseman.
First baseman, Vince Schwartz.
Schwartz 0 for 2. Flew out to end the 4th inning. Then was out 7-1-3 in the 2nd when he hit what looked like an extra base hit, but had failed to touch first base. They quickly appealed, and he was out for missing first base. As I said, the Redmen ran into 2 outs on the base path so far in this game. Grounded sharply to 3rd. Long throw over in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Redmen have stranded 5 here through the first 6 innings, and they trail by a score of 1-0. Carthage ace Kevin Tiber set to begin the 7th inning on the hill. Pitched pretty well here today after giving up that first inning run. Run on 3 hits in that first inning. He has settled down, scattered 2 hits over the last 5 innings. Cardinals have stranded 4 base runners today. Still anybody's game here in the 7th. The Redmen down 1-0. Be the right fielder Weilbacher along with the catcher Marinick, and then Rizzo, the designated hitter, due up for the Cardinals.
For the Cardinals, right fielder Colton Wilbacher.
Wilbacher has struck out twice today. 3 strikeouts by Tiber today. Again, continuing that string of not walking a batter. And he's quickly in front here, 0-2. Make it a 3-time victim here as Weilbacher strikes out swinging to lead off the 7th inning. 4 strikeouts now for Tiber. Marinick, the catcher, takes one inside for ball 1. 1 for 2, led off with a double in the 5th and was left stranded there as Tiber got the next 3 to retire the side. Breaking ball, a little off speed on the corner. We talk about that string here by Tiber. Including today now, going back, his last free pass that he issued was a 1-walk performance against Marion here in Kenosha back on March 23rd. Last 3 starts has not walked a batter. Ahead in the count 1-2. Liner up the middle behind Tiber and into center field. Catcher Marinick 2 for 3 today. So run out and a runner on first. Brings up the DH Rizzo. Rizzo 0 for 2, pair of groundouts. Miles finally the shortstop in the 5th, and Phelps the third baseman in the 2nd. Sing low for ball 1. And Matt Willett, the freshman right-hander, will pitch in game number 2 for the Redmen today. Most likely means O'Dall's the runner going. Marinick and the no throw down. As Marinick, the catcher, steals second base. Was it a foul ball or it was a foul ball? Okay. And the manager coming out, coach for the Cardinals, wants an explanation here. Ed Mathy wants to know if it was fouled at the plate or not. That's what the home plate umpire said was a foul ball. Marinick 3 for 3 in the stolen base category. Mathy having an interesting conversation with Phil Papillo, the home plate umpire. So it will go as a foul ball. The runner will return to first. Huge break here for the Redmen. It looked like Pierce was just trying to pick it out of the glove and throw, and it just fell out of his glove. Again, they fake, they throw it to first, and it gets past Schwartz, but not far enough for Marinick to advance. They had him leaning. One and one the count to the hitter Rizzo. Marinick reaching on a 1-out single here. The top half of the 7th. Not going. The pitch in there for strike 2. A good one. Tiber ahead now in the count 1-2. And Marinek takes his lead over at first, not going. The pitch just missed inside. Good location there, just off the plate. 2-2. And Marinek will take his lead over at first. The throw over. Back in plenty of time. Field back here. Would like to get a ground ball. Start a double play if they can. The 2-2 pitch. In there for a called strike 3. Beauty. Breaking ball. Caught looking is Rizzo. Fourth strikeout of the afternoon for Tiber. And a big one there. 2 out and a runner at first. And the number 9 hitter, Matt Sutherland, at the plate. Sutherland 0 for 2. Pair of flyouts to the center fielder Marzouk in this ball game. As again, Marinek keeping the interest of Tiber. And for a catcher, kind of deceptive speed. He's 3 for 3 in the stolen base stat this year. Not going here, and the pitch grounded foul just past third. Oh and 1 the count here to the hitter Sutherland. Yeah, it's top of the order. Quaid would be next. Like to avoid that. Roll the lineup over here. Like to get that one with nobody on to start an inning. And there's another beauty breaking ball in there for strike 2. Tiber really sharp today, despite the cool weather. He's pitched well his last 4 outings. 7 inning, 5 hits at Carroll. An 11 hit, 1 run ball game against Augustana back on the 7th. Gave up 4 runs in 7 innings, but struck out 6 in the outing at Wheaton last week. 1-2 pitch fouled sharply into the screen. Again, the key has been for Tiber not walking hitters. He has not walked a batter now in 3 consecutive games coming into this one, and has not allowed a base on balls today. 1-2 the count to Sutherland, the hitter. Marinek takes his lead, swing and a miss. Foul tip at the plate. They'll throw it down to retire the side. 5 strikeouts on the day for Kevin Tiber. And the 1-out single wasted here by North Central in their half of the 7th inning. No runs on 1 hit. 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Let's stretch them out here and rally for the Redmen. They trail by a score of 1-0. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Kenosha. Redmen trail by a score of 1-0. Cardinals with a first inning run. 1 run on 6 hits and an error for North Central. Carthage, no runs, 4 hits and 2 errors. Redmen have left 5 on base. Cardinals have also stranded 5 so far today.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Redmen, Ryan Dalton.
Be the left fielder, Ryan Dalton. Followed by Joe Sisk, the designated hitter, and Miles Farley, the shortstop, and hopefully a few others here for the Redmen as they trail 1-0. Popped up, first pitch swinging once again. This is into Carmody in foul territory, 1 gone. Boy, that's what, the 4th time the leadoff hitter has offered at the first pitch and has made an out today.
Now batting the designated hitter, Joe Sisk.
Brings up Sisk, the DH. Grounded out back in the 5th off the pitcher Clem. Went 1-4-3. Clem to Outlaw to Carmody. Singled and advanced to second on a wild pitch back in the 3rd and was left stranded there as Kramer ended the inning with that sharp liner that Carmody speared going high to his right. Off speed stuff missing outside, 1-0. Bullpens are quiet here. Left in the hands of the starters. That one's fouled at the plate off the foot of Sisk. One and one the count here to Joe Sisk. After a breaking ball outside, 1-2. Hit into center and deep. The center fielder Quaid going back on the run makes the play. Good power that time by Sisk, but hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark, allowed Quaid to run it down just short of the warning track and medium left center. So 2 out here in the 7th. Miles Farley, the shortstop. Farley 1 for 2. Singled back in the 5th. Struck out and got hit by a pitch here. So another 2-out base runner here for the Redmen.
The center fielder, Jake Marzook.
Marzook, the center fielder, reached on an error by Sutherland back in the 5th inning. It was a throwing error. Pulled the Carmody off the bag at first and walked back in the 3rd. Takes a strike. Marzook still searching for his first extra base hit of the season and his first RBI. Just 6 hits and 29 at-bats for Marzook. Fouls that one away and behind now 0-2. Now time called. There'll be a meeting at the mound here. Let's see what we got here. We got a runner at first. 2 out. Farley getting hit by a pitch. Now Clem getting some instruction here. That's Tim Stoddard, the pitching coach out there. Former major leaguer. I think that's Mathy, the head coach, out there to have a word with his infield. Got 2 out. Dalton with that foul out to start the inning. Sisk with that fly ball to center. 0-2 the count here to Marzook. Stayed back on it, driven to the gap. And it'll hang up just high enough for the right fielder, Weilbacher, to make the play. No runs, no hits, a hit by pitch, and 1 left. Redmen have stranded 6 through 7 innings. We move to the 8th. Carthage Redmen trailed the North Central Cardinals 1-0. Well, the Carthage men's lacrosse team dumped Dubuque today by a score of 10-3 over at Keller Field. Schoen with 4 goals for the Redmen in that one. Flight with a pair. Get a big volleyball matchup tonight. Men's volleyball tonight here at Carthage College. And the Redmen hosting the NCAA Division III Men's Volleyball Championships next week, and a play-in game for volleyball tonight.
leading off the
as
center
they will
fielder,
take on
James White.
Dominican at 6 o'clock tonight here at the Tarble Arena. Top of the 8th here for North Central. Top of the order as well. Pitch missing inside by Kevin Tiber, 1-0. Tiber has pitched well today. Side of that first inning could have been a lot worse. Gave up just the 1 run. Once grounded sharply to Phelps at third. Up with it. Low throw. Nice scoop by Schwartz. 1 gone.
Coming to the plate, the second baseman, Eric Outlaw.
Eric Outlaw, the second baseman, stepping in. Outlaw 2 for 3 today. Lined out to Farley. Moving to his left, up the middle. Able to spear that line drive. Singled in the third, was erased on a double play by Matea. Doubled back in the first. 1-0 the count here to Eric Outlaw, second leading hitter on this Cardinal team. Fakes a bunt. Tiber now behind, 2-0. Tiber out of Bradford High School here in Kenosha. Is that one low? 3-0. Has not walked a batter today, but in danger here. That's his second 3-ball count of the afternoon. Right at the knees for a strike. Three and one pitch here by Tiber. In and over for strike 2. Comes back here to a full count, 3-2. 1 out. Top half of inning number 8. Redmond trail by a run. Got him fishing for one outside and lines out to Klein in right field. 2 gone. Brings up Matea, the third baseman. Officially 0 for 2 today with that grounded into a double play and a strikeout in the 6th. Sack fly and an RBI back in the first. Drove in the only run of the game. Tiber out in front now, 0-1. And the 2 leading hitting teams in the conference in a 1-0 nail biter here. Grounded sharply. Phelps with a nice play in the hole. Gets up and throws him out. Beautiful play by Phelps at third base. 3 up and 3 down go the Cardinals here in the 8th inning. Let's see if this sparks the Redmen here. They trail by a score of 1-0. Top of the order for the Redmen here in the 8th inning. It'll be Klein, Kramer, and Phelps. Redmen have stranded 6 base runners here through the first 7 innings. A lot of first pitch swinging here by the leadoff man. Let's see if they can work Clem here in the 8th. Colton Klein, the right fielder. Lined out to Clem. Caught that ball in self-defense back in the 5th inning. Drives that one into center. Another first ball swinging and another first ball out here for the Redmen. Klein flying out to center fielder Quaid to start this 8th inning.
Now batting the second baseman, Ryan Kramer.
Brings up Kramer. Kramer 1 for 2 today and grounded out to the third baseman Matea in the 6th, but hit a screaming liner with runners at first and second and 2 gone and drives that one into the gap. Wade again rolls over to his right, makes the play. 2 pitches, 2 gone here in the 8th inning for the Redmen.
The third baseman, Cody Phelps.
So Phelps now steps in, 2 gone, bottom of the 8th. Redmen down 1-0. That one is up the middle, picked up by the shortstop. They'll throw over by Sutherland, gone. The Redmen, 3 pitches, 3 out here in the 8th. My goodness. 3 up, 3 down go the Redmen here in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Carthage trailing 1-0. Kevin Tiber takes the mound here for the 9th inning. He's pitched all 8 so far. Allowed a run on 6 hits today. That was back in the 1st inning. He's pitched well. 5 strikeouts today, has not walked a batter. Trying to make it the 4th consecutive outing today without giving up a base on balls. Six hits. Redmen have committed 2 errors, but made life easy today. A lot of first pitch swinging into outs by the Redmen today. And then they made a couple of base running gaffes today. So we whiz the right fielder to start the 9th for North Central. And slider in there for a strike. Wiz reached base twice today, singled in the 1st, reached on an error in the 6th, and in between, grounded out to Farley at short. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Tap foul at the plate, 1-2 the count. There is activity in the Redmen bullpen. A couple of pitchers up here for Augie Schmidt. Into the dirt. Nice save there by Pierce. Popped him up. Infield behind third base. Who wants it? Farley, the shortstop, calling off Phelps. 1 gone here in the 9th. John Carmody, the first baseman.
First baseman, John Carthage.
Reached on an error in the 1st. Only time he's been on base today. Grounded to Kramer at 2nd. Flew out to Marzouk, the center fielder, in the 6th. Missed that one inside, 1-0. Line drive fair down the right field line. That'll get down for at least 1. Carmody rounding first will hold it up there. On the 1-out single here in the 9th by Carmody. 7th hit given up by Tiber today. A sharp liner down the right field line.
Right fielder, Colin Wilbacher.
Colin Wilbacher, the right fielder, wearing the collar so far today. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Working on the golden sombrero today. Takes a strike. Carmody will take his lead over at first. Not going. The pitch grounded sharply foul past the third baseman Phelps. Tiber quickly in front now, 0-2. And Matt Willett will pitch game 2 for the Redmen today. Lifted foul down the right side. That will drift out of play. Remains 0-2 to Wilbacher. Catcher Marinick on deck. Pitch by Tiber. Oh, just missed. Oh, he wanted that one. Where was it? Looked like it had the plate. That was a very good pitch thrown by Tiber. Tiber taking a little extra time here. The 1-2 pitch. That one just missed. Tried to hang a curveball in there. 2-2 the count here to Weilbacher. Carmody on at first with a 1-out single. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The throw to first. Almost threw it into right field. It'll go as a strikeout. 6th of the afternoon by Tiber. And Weilbacher will receive the golden sombrero today. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
The catcher, Rob Marinak.
This will bring up the catcher, Marinak, with 2 gone and a runner at first. Time called now as Zales will come out here, have a talk with his pitcher, Tiber. Know how much he's got left in the tank here, I'm sure. Keep him in there. And Marinak today is 2 for 3. He's hit the ball hard for both of those hits, a 2-base knock in the 5th and a sharp single in the 7th. And Carmody, the runner at first. 2 out, we're in the top of the 9th. Redmond trail by a score of 1-0. The pitch by Tiber, missing at the knees, 1-0. Carmody takes his lead at first, not going. The pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Count even now at a ball and a strike. Popped him up. Klein coming on from right field, calls off Kramer, and that retires the side. Tiber goes 9 innings today with 6 strikeouts and no walks, but he trails heading into the bottom of the 9th, 1-0. Well, both starters have made their way into the 9th inning. Clem heading out to start the 9th inning on the hill for North Central. Clem, no runs, allowed 4 hits. One walk, 1 hit batter, and 2 strikeouts this afternoon. He will get the middle of the order here for the Redmen. It'll be Pierce, Schwartz, and Dalton to start this 9th inning. Carthage down 1-0.
Leading off the bottom of the 9th inning for the Redmen, the catcher, Nick Pierce.
Carthage with a 6-game winning streak on the line here. Make it 7-game winning streak on the line here, as Pierce takes high for ball 1. And Clem coming off a 3-pitch 8th inning. All 3 batters swinging on the first pitch, making it out. That pitch was high at the letters, but called a strike, 1-1. Breaking ball in and over for strike 2. Good one there. Pierce looking for something hard that time. 1-2 the count to the catcher, Nick Pierce. 1 for 3 today. Missed outside for ball 2. Offensive swing there. In and out of the dugout. Pierce staying alive here, 2-2. And fouled sharply past the first baseman, Carmody. Some activity in the North Central bullpen. Nick Rogalski throwing. Driven to center, but right at Quaid. Drifts back a few steps, makes the play. 1 gone here in the 9th inning.
The first baseman, Vince Schwartz.
Brings up Schwartz, the first baseman. 0 for 3 today. Rounded out to the third baseman, Matea, back in the 6th inning. Flew out to Weilbacher, the right fielder, in the 4th, and then ran himself out of a base hit, failing to step on first base as he rounded the bag and hit what appeared to be a double. But the Cardinals appealed, threw him out at first for failing to touch first base, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Ryan Dalton will be next. Charlie Clem delivers. Swing and a miss. Tried to chase something high. Clem, his 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. The Redmen are down to their final out.
The left fielder, Ryan Dalton.
Dalton 0 for 3. First pitch swinging in the 7th, fouled out to the first baseman, Carmody. Takes that one in there for a strike. Clem going for his 4th win of the season, looking for the complete game shutout here this afternoon. And now is 1 strike away. Clem's 0-2 pitch, just missed outside, 1-2. One, 2. Foul to the right side and out of play. Dalton stays alive here. 1-2. Foul tip, strike 3, game over. North Central takes game 1 of the doubleheader and reclaims solo first place as they shut out the Redmen today in game 1 of the doubleheader, 1-0. Cardinals 1 run on 7 hits and 1 error. The Redmen no runs, 4 hits and 2 errors. Charlie Clem gets the win, a complete game shutout. He goes to 4-1. Kevin Tiber, the tough luck loser, suffers his first loss of the season, going 9 innings, giving up 7 hits and 1 earned run, striking out 6 and not walking a batter. But North Central made the most of their opportunities here today in picking up the win, ending the Redmen's 7-game win streak. Once again, the final in game 1 here at Augie Schmidt Field. North Central 1, Carthage 0. Game number 2 coming your way in about a half an hour. We'll see you then.